In my line of work, I invariably come across situations where there's negotiations, there's mediation, there's settlement talks, and it might be a divorce, it might be an employment law issue, it might be the leaving of an employment, it might be a personal injury claim, it could be a dispute over a house or the price of a house or something of that nature. But in all of these cases, I have found that even though people will say it's not about the money, it's the principle or it's the justice of the situation, I have found, quite frankly, that everybody has a number. Everybody has a number at which they'll do business. And that is the cold, hard facts of the situation. Everybody will do business at a particular number. And people will talk about the justice of the situation and the principle, and they'll talk about highfalutin stuff. But more often than not, the negotiation, the mediation, the settlement talks, call them what you like, they all come down to a negotiation, and they all come down to a number, and they all come down to a number that both parties can live with. And that is the prosaic reality of it. That is not the romantic idea that you might have about justice or principle, and perhaps I, as a solicitor, should be espousing grandiose notions of justice and equality and so on and so forth. But the cold hard fact of the matter is, it always comes down to a number, and a number both parties can live with. And that is just the reality of the situation. So it might sound incredibly cynical, and it might even sound especially cynical coming from a solicitor. Having said that, people have all sorts of opinions about solicitors, and some hold them in high regard and some hold them in not so high regard, so maybe it's not all that surprising. But all I can do is share what I've learned in my experience. And my experience is that everyone has a number. So you could have a very messy, protracted divorce situation, correspondence going on for ages, mediation, settlement talks, you name it. At the end of the day, it often comes down to a simple situation. If you get to the right number, you'll find both parties doing business. And the skills that you might learn as a young lad or a young woman, buying a second-hand car, or buying something in a shop, or haggling, negotiating for an animal, a bullock, horse, you name it. Those skills are precisely the same skills you're going to need when it comes to a personal injury claim and settling it, or an employment claim and settling it, or a divorce and seeing the both parties go their separate ways with a deal, and going into court then with agreed terms for a judge. My view and my experience is that it always comes down to a number, and everyone has a number in any particular scenario, in any particular context. Everyone has a number. Anyway, that's my view. It's a beautiful day. I think it's the 4th of March 2025 down the Canal Bank here in Enfield. There's the canal there now, looking especially nice today. Lovely place for a walk. And lunchtime, it's a good time to clear the head and fill the lungs with some fresh air. Hope you liked the video, and if you have any comment, leave it down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, and you might be interested in subscribing to my channel. Thanks a lot.